Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna do a quick update on the Eastern Pacific. There's some potential storms that could form. I'm gonna show you obviously the sea surface temperature anomalies, and then I'll be showing you the sea surface temperatures to see how they're looking. I'll be showing you the sea surface temperature anomalies to see how it compares to average. And then I'll quickly show you the GFS and then the ECM output to see what they're showing. So as you can see, we're looking at the sea surface temperature anomalies. For most of the Eastern Pacific, especially towards the Mexican coastline, you can see it's around 30 to 31 degrees, just about. And Baja California is around 27, 28, around about. But then if you go west of that, it's pretty cool. So what we could see is some storms developing around here. Then when they head northeast, they'll eventually encounter cooler waters and drier air. Then they'll eventually just start to weaken. If we look at the sea surface temperature anomalies compared to average, so most of the Baja California towards Mexico, it's pretty much at or above average, and in some cases around Baja California it's like between 0.8 and 1.2 above average. But there is some spots where it's around 0.8 below average. But as a whole, it's probably around average to above average, on a whole, basically. If we look at the GFS model here, so I won't go too far. I'll probably go to the middle of next week, for today's video. So as we go on into the beginning of the week, there is some potential some spin, but nothing will really come of it. But the main focus is around here, around midweek, this week coming up, and then it does slowly intensify, and then eventually it does intensify. But when it gets towards the cooler waters, as you can see, towards the weekend, it just starts to weaken, because obviously when it gets to cooler waters, then basically it can't get fueled by the latent heat, so then it becomes a baroclinic forcing, basically fueled by basically the upper atmosphere, the jet stream, basically. As you go further on though, into the following week, you can see another storm is forming, and it has been consistent. But then what I have to remind you is, though, with this first storm about a day or two ago, it was showing a solid Cat 2-3, but now it's backing off to probably maybe not even a Category 1, but it probably could be, but it's definitely be a tropical storm, I think. Maybe a weak hurricane, but that isn't a certainty yet. At all, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But as we go on into the beginning of next week, though, you can see another form starting to form towards the southeast of the first system. Then it starts to head in a similar direction, and then it does intensify a lot more than the first system. As you can see, it's really bundled up and focused. It's breaking the scale. It's really concentrated and focused. Then if we look at the millibars, it's around the 950s. It's the strongest it gets to. So that could be a category higher 2-3 maybe. And then it starts to weaken as it gets to cooler waters and dry air. And then I won't really go further than that because it gets more uncertain. If we look at the ECM quickly here, so the first system develops around midweek. It takes a little longer, I think, but it does develop, and it gets to around, on the ECM, around 989. So it could become a hurricane, it cannot, but we'll just have to wait and see. Well, on the ECM, it does show a weak hurricane before weekends, and then we do get a lot stronger system. The second system I've been talking about, it does get to potentially Category 2, maybe a 3, but obviously it's far out, and we don't want to go too much into it and speculate. Okay, so I hope you found this video interesting and informative. I know it's quite short, but I just thought I would just focus on Eastern Pacific more today, and then tomorrow I'll do a video on the Atlantic mainly, but then I'll alternate to the Eastern Pacific. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more tomorrow.